It gets pretty scary. It gets pretty crazy. Same stuff, same old Beacon Hills, just in a very tricky situation. And I love the new villains, by the way. I've always been a fan of the villains, and these ones especially kind of move me. They're really scary, so I'm excited.
Can you tell us more about the villains?
Well, yeah, they're the Ghost Riders. You guys heard of those? Yeah, it's really cool, man. They have a very psychological thing about them, almost like the Dread Doctors, but they, I think they're a little worse in a way, because they don't outright just try to kill you. They're like a force of nature. They're like a myth, and almost like this unstoppable force that are taking children, taking people, and you don't know that they're taking. So it's crazy.
How's your love life going to be next season?
I don't know. That's all in the hands of the writers, man. Yeah, I don't know where that's going for Mason.
What would you like to see?
You know, actually, I have no expectations, but I really like getting surprised. Like even just last season with the whole Beast thing, I had no idea, and just being a part of it, I've learned to just go with the flow and just see how things play out. And I think it makes me feel like a performer and an audience at the same time. So I mean, I have some hopes for Mason. Of course, I want him to be a happy guy and get what he wants in life. So, but who knows? Who knows? Intense. That's what everyone. I can't even. There's no other word to say, so I have to go with it. Intense, definitely.
What was your reaction when you found out that you were?
Man, I was so happy. I was so, because like, I knew that there was a slight chance that something could happen to me being on Team Wolf. Even though I knew I was going to be the human guy, but I wanted so badly something to happen. Like even just get attacked by like a werewolf or something. But once I found out I was a beast, like the Beast, it was sad that I murdered like a lot of innocent people inadvertently, but still I was super excited.
How long did you know?
I actually found out really like late. Like they knew for a minute. I had no idea. And they, like I'd have conversations like, yeah, I wonder who the Beast's gonna be with people who already know. And I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, I was really excited. Definitely.
Does that change how you play the character now? That you were the human, you were like the non-powered guy.
Yeah, in a way it really does, because even though it might not be completely mentioned or anything, because there's so many crazy things going on right now in season 6, to where it's kind of, we don't have enough time to reflect on what happened to us because we have to keep going forward. But still, it's before supernatural life wasn't even, it was a fantasy to Mason. Then he found out it was a reality, and now he's, after the Beast experience, it's real now. It's fun, it's cool, but at the same time this is real. Like lives are in danger and we have a responsibility, so it's more of a serious take that he has on it. He's still just as much obsessed, but a little more focused with that obsession. Yeah.
The fans in Brazil, they want to know if Allison is coming back.
I have no idea. See, I'm just...
I told them on Twitter that I was about to interview you.
Yeah.
And everyone...
If Allison's... I have no idea. Yeah, that's the one. Ask Jeff. Ask Jeff.
Are you kind of sad that, like, you know how almost everyone in the show is like supernatural now?
Yeah.
There's hardly any like regular human.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you like sad about it?
No, because I think I really like someone on set, one of the producers, he told me that Mason's role is really to be kind of the spokesperson for the audience, because it's good for people to relate to someone, and I'm pretty sure everyone can relate to Scott or Liam and all that stuff without the supernatural thing, but Mason is a true human, and like everyone who's fans of the show, he's fans of the supernatural, so it's a cool little open, Mason's a cool little doorway for people to just actually feel a part of the show, and that's what I kind of treat him as. So I'm glad. I feel like Mason likes being Mason. You know, if he had the choice, he would stay himself. So that's cool.
Is there one exclusive you can give from this team?
I definitely cannot. I enjoy working. So thank you, though. All right.
Keep
Good job. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, I'm like not
I haven't seen the controllers. Go
feel free to Who's the recorder?
Mine. This?
It's like,
Yeah.
It's an audio quality.
Yeah, it's really good.
How much?
I have no idea they handed it to me. Even
I always see those around. I don't know, like,
They get good
I don't know what
sound.
it is.
You know, we do like internet radio shows with the interviews off of it, so.
It's when Jeff came sort of asking that Alice question.
Anyways,
All right, we have Jeff.
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Should I sit? I'll sit
All the
here.
answers.
I've got no answers today. I'm keeping all my secrets.
So what are you allowed to tell us about
The next season, there are teens, there are wolves.
Totally different.
you talk about the new villains.
Yes,
Riders.
the Ghost Riders. It's a fun mythology. It goes all the way back to the European myths of Woden's hunt, of the Doors song "Riders in the Storm." We caught on the Ghost Riders through teasing the Wild Hunt in season 5, throughout season 5 actually, and we knew we were going to come back to them. I think it's a great idea and a great myth for the season, and it's very integral to the plot, to the machinations of what happens between our relationships, especially between Scott and Styles, Lydia and Styles, and Lilia and Styles. It makes them realize what their connections between each other are. And they look really cool.
Off of that, I think we all post questions on Twitter, and everybody wants to know about Styles and Lydia.
Yes.
Anything you can-
I can say, watch the trailer that we released today, and the first episode has a real moment that can tell you probably which way it's going.
and I have a question. Is Allison coming back? Because all the Brazilian queens, they are like dying to know.
No, well, she's dead, but
Yeah, but well,
yes. Well, we got to this point where we're like, can't we keep bringing people back? I mean, there are other shows out there that bring people back left and right, and if the story is right and if the moment is right, I'd absolutely consider bringing her back. Also, I'd have to talk to Crystal and see where her head's at. She came back for the Maid of Jevedon episode because it was a new twist, and we both really loved her coming back and being a part of the show again, and having her play a different character who was still related to Allison. It was a way of getting Allison back in the show, kind of, yeah.
Would that apply as well to Kira coming back possibly?
The door is always open, so we'll see. Yes.
I was going to ask about the Allison, and did you always know that was kind of a way you wanted to bring her back, or was that kind of something you guys joined with in the writers' room?
No, we bounced it around in the writers' room, and it was actually Arden who inspired the idea of it, because we had Arden play her own mother in World War II, and I was kind of like, well, what if we brought Crystal back? And what if she played the Maid of Jevedon? It would be fun. Would she be up for it?
Yeah.
And we kind of texted back and forth, and I called her on the phone, and I was like, I have this just a very broad idea, but would you be up for it? And you could do a French accent. She was like, I love it.
So about Arden show, maybe a couple years ago, you were talking about maybe doing a spin-off.
Yeah.
Is that dead?
I don't know. I don't know what's actually. It's hard to say when something is dead. I've had projects resurface after years and years when I thought they were ice cold. and suddenly somebody wants to do it. It would depend on the network, it would depend on the studio, and obviously on Arden too. I love Arden to death, and she always looked so good carrying a sword, and she was such a badass hero. We miss her in this season.
And also, like, so the last time we talked, Parrish didn't know what kind of supernatural person he was. When you eventually told him, what was his reaction?
I think he had guessed because he'd been looking online at all of the theories, and I did tell him one night. I talked to Ryan. Here's what it is, and here's how it ties into the myth, and here's why you're sort of tied to Lydia as well, because they're both harbingers of death. I think he was most happy about the makeup. He got
I was happy about the lack of clothes.
yeah, we all were. That was part of it. I was like, how do we do a hellhound naked?
Can you do more of that next season, please?
Well, his workout regimen is really hard, so he'd probably like a little bit less. For what?
For the 100th
I've actually taken a step back this season from the writing, and actually with the next 10 episodes have to decide if I want to dive back in or let the writers continue on. I've been sort of more of an overseer in these last 10 episodes, because MTV has allowed me to take a step back and start rebuilding this thing called a social life that I used to have, personal life. I like being able to sleep in on Sundays now. Something I think every human should be able to do. It's a tremendous job with so much to do that it's often hard to think about the next 10 episodes.
Usually at the panels, you guys announce that the show is when you do. Did the network give you any information about possibility of?
I could tell you that if the panel was before the press room. But this year they put the press room before the panel.
Right. So we'll have to wait till the panel.
I'll see you at the panel.
Okay.
We can get into the
Pretty much confirmed.
I call that.
Anything else?
Mason was the Beast. How long did you know Mason was the Beast before?
Oh, right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning.
There was a little debate in the writer's room, but I was like, no, it's got to be Mason. I love Mason as the Beast. Also, because when an actor starts to bring in new qualities to their character, you want to give them more to do. And Kylan is he's so good, and he's funny, and he's talented, and he's smart, and he's ready for anything. So it was, if I could speak to actors in general, I would say you make your own opportunities. You get to tell the writers how much to write for you. So we wanted to do it for Kylan.
He seems super excited to just be a part of this. So.
Yeah.
How's O'Brien doing?
He's good. He's recuperating. This is the first Comic-Con we've had without him, which is actually really sad. We wish he could have made it, but he wishes he could have made it. But it was a pretty bad accident, so he's still recuperating.
Are there any episodes that he's going to be missing from the next season?
You'll see. So we did have to work around it a lot. Yeah. I mean, they're working a whole movie around it. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
I'm like, they're probably going to talk about the panel, but I don't know how I'm going to get into the panel.
So should I start my post about the renewal? And then publish it right when they announce it? Right when they announce it. Or like right when they announce
I won't do this from the site account. I'll do this from my own because that's where I we try to be ship neutral.
Can we talk about Allison's accent? What's her name? Can we talk about her French accent that went Irish for a second, and then went like French for a second?
Why, if you're doing a flashback, why do you need an accent? They'd be either speaking French or English. It's translated already. parentheses around it. With that horrible German accent.
Oh, she did German too?
Oh, no, it was Tom Cruise and Valkyrie.
What is the show? I don't think. We should ask that.
Hello. How are you guys?
Free iPhone. Finally, she Tell us about next season.
See, what can I tell? I really can't tell you anything. I can, yeah. See, has been.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can. What I've been saying, and it's true, is that this season is very different in terms of the tone. You know, last season was the Beast, right? So we had last season. So that was very, like, you know, very much so like rampaging, like Thor, and just killing things and like just destroying everything. And this season's a little bit more eerie and creepy, and it's kind of like, you know, like when you're in the dark in your room and like you feel like you heard something or you saw something and you can't see anything. It's like that kind of feeling instead of just like killing and killing and killing. So that's cool. That's something I really like about this season, and also it just seems like all the characters are getting older. You can tell that we're all becoming, you know, that you know, obviously like Scott and Styles and Lydia and all those characters are pretty much adults now, and our characters are going in the same path, and we're all taking this very seriously, and we're not messing around. We're not messing around. So that's really cool.
What's your character's relationship with that? I forgot her name, but is it still not strong?
With Lydia. I mean, no.
Lydia.
No. I was thinking.
Tweet that.
I was thinking our ship is Leiden, so I was thinking Hayden and Liam. So I said Lydia. Anyways, yeah, with Hayden, it's really, really good. The relationship is great. Everything's good. No problems there. We're very much so becoming more responsible in terms of our relationship, and it's much more adult now instead of like young love. You know, that was the last season was kind of like this young love, like Romeo and Juliet, forbidden kind of thing. And now through everything that our characters went through together, all the tragedy and stuff, it seems like we've really grown together and really are, you know, much more mature now. And that definitely comes through in our relationship this season.
How would you describe your character in
5 words. It's a lot of words. I think clever, mature, focused, badass, there it is, and furry. There you go. Yeah.
Any new relationships or friendships that you're looking to explore this season that you're excited about? Kind of growing any?
I think I did some new stuff with Shelly, and that was really, really fun because we don't do too much together, but our characters are really funny together. I think there's something about like my anger issue thing and her kind of just like doesn't take any shit from anybody. It's just kind of like it works well together. It's really funny. So we did some stuff, and I really think that fans will like that because I had fun doing it. Yeah.
I have a question that I should have asked Jeff, but you might know. So, you know, with the Beast and the Academy, there's always the mystery of the identity of who's, you know, who it is.
Yeah.
With the new Ghost Rider villains, do you know, like, there's going to be something like that?
It's much more like mythology, you know, like it's going to be us trying to figure out where these guys came from and like, you know, studying up on it more so than them being someone, you know. I think they're like this, they're just a supernatural force that came out of nowhere, and we have to figure out where they came from.
How How is Liam and Mason's friendship handling Mason being the beast?
It's good. Liam thinks it's really, really badass. Like, you killed all those people? That's great. That's not great. No. I don't know, they didn't really, from where we picked up, we didn't really talk about it very much, because we kind of picked up like a couple months in advance, and we already solved all those problems. And basically we pick up with Mason being, he's back now, he's good, and it just seems like Liam and Mason are like that much closer because of what happened, and really kind of, solidified their bond as, like brothers pretty much.
So with Scott and Styles and everybody graduating soon, hopefully
Hopefully they don't drop out.
Are you prepared for the possibility of being like the teen wolf?
I am prepared. I am ready.
Last question.
Last question. No, yeah, that's kind of been the talk the whole time is, when and if Scott leaves to go off to do whatever he's going to do as an adult, that Liam is the guy that's going to take over and lead all these youngins to victory. So yes, I don't know what the plans are for that yet, but I'm ready to take over that if that's what the plans are. Great, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Ready?
Let's see how many retweets I
Tyler and Hayden.
No retweets yet, I'm shocked. I'm like, all you people ask me this question. It's because they don't follow me, that's why. It was so funny, one of my friends was like, yeah, I checked in the It's like, I checked in the morning and it has like 50 retweets. I'm like, I know, I don't know what the hell happened. I was expecting like the 5 people that follow me to give me Nickelodeon press department, please tell me why the Double Dare thing wasn't open to the public. I'm still angry about that. I have a friend that works at Nickelodeon, but she literally just started like 2 weeks ago, so I wanted to be like, excuse me. What department is she working in? The press department.
And you're like, wait, give me my card to give for you to give me.
Well, actually, she works in marketing, but she's here, so.
Wait, what's the difference between marketing?
Marketing is more like developing the PR programs, and then the press is actually like implementing them. She didn't even think, because she literally started like 2 weeks ago. She's like, she didn't even think she'd get to go. And they're like, no, we're holding a spot for you. And I'm like, oh, that's nice. It's like, I actually work at ABC, but they don't give a shit.
You do?
I do, yeah.
What do you do?
I work in the archives.
Oh, so what do you do? What do you do?
I work in the news archive. I literally, anything that gets shot is my job to put into our system. So I have to screen everything and, archive it.
Do you have a way to get me screening system?
I work I work in news, so I work with like the entertainment stuff. Although I will see that it was like, because they'll be like, oh, here's an interview with like so and so, and I'm like, wait, I'll just go watch that right now. It feels so quiet and because I remember I wasn't here last year, but I was here in 2014, and it was like crazy. Like I'm pretty sure like all the tables were full. Of course, they had like 10
Have you guys like ever done any of those things? It's like it's insane.
I had to transcribe them last year, and I couldn't figure it out. And I'm just like, this is the best I could do. Get something out of that. It's like you were there. I imagine you have a better idea of what they I'm just mad at myself when I forgot to get a microphone. Like I meant to. Like I wanted like another microphone so I could like an hour. Like it actually picks up pretty low. Because it worked at like it was okay at New York and the acoustics there are awful. So. Is anyone going to? Is anyone going to New York?
I hate reading. Give them my time of day.
I live in New York. So I go every year. Yeah, I have.
So you did the team.
Was it? I don't even remember if you were there because I didn't get to go.
Oh, okay.
I applied for it and they didn't let me in. I forgot about college. We totally
How can I be like, so what? So what you done?
So you were pretty good for being done. Like I brought my whole thing with me. And I was like, remember to put more cards in your pocket.
Okay, Twitter, I hear you. Yeah, okay. I just turn those alerts off.
Alright, I have 2 left, so if you guys want me luckily this is my only press thing today. So.
Yeah, mine too. I am trying to do that.
Here.
I'm gonna start right here. I am going to start. Ow, my back hurts. What the hell? Oh. 3 minutes. We have 3 minutos. I'm ready.
What kind of shape is your pack in now?
My pack? From starting at season 6 beginning?
Yeah.
My pack is in really good shape. We've been through a lot last season. How did last season end? I can't even remember. We've been through a lot last season, and some time has gone past. Some time has gone by since we pick up in season 6. So, you know, they're feeling really good about their victories. They're feeling good about the love that they all have for one another. They're just feeling like a full-on pack and a family. You know, they feel like they've really got shit figured out in Beacon Hills. They're like, hey, I can do this. They're feeling like a team. And some time has gone by, not much has happened, you know, so they're happy about that. They're feeling like humans. And then once again, everything goes to shit. And Beacon Hills explodes. But yeah, in the beginning, the pack is good. The pack is very happy and feeling like a little family.
And now it sounds like Beacon Hills needs some kind of PTSD counselor.
Yeah, always. Always. Every character's in therapy.
Can you please tell us that the ghostwriters are more terrifying than the dread doctors? Because I was like, the dread doctors are like...
They didn't scare you? Well, I think, yeah, what was so scary about the Dread Doctors were creepy. They were different, you know. We weren't going for like a gore or like boo or shock factor with them.
it was more of just like an intimidating kind of contrast between like how like eloquent their words were, but like they were so powerful and like evil, you know. So it was just a cool contrast. These guys are definitely scarier, I think, visually, and they're definitely more intimidating. They're just more interesting, you know. And it was really cool to work with horses on set. There were a lot of times when we almost got trampled, and it was a lot of fun. Dying is fun.
Your fans in Brazil asked me to say hi. Anyways, they love the show. And how is for you to be a producer on the show?
Oh my God, it's great. I love this show so much. I have since the very beginning, since I was a kid, and all I've ever wanted was to push the show and to help it and to be even more of a part of it. And the fact that they allowed me to be a producer, because I really want to be. I don't want to just act in the show. I want to give this show my all and my heart and soul. And being a producer just felt like the right avenue to take, you know. And I do want to make my own projects in the future and not just act for the rest of my life. So I felt like that would be a pretty good introduction to it all. So that's why I really wanted to start producing.
Aren't you supposed to be directing an episode too?
I'm directing an episode, yeah.
Is it this coming season?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what episode?
Not yet, no.
Not yet. Are you looking forward to it?
Absolutely. Yeah. Acting is fun and all, but filmmaking as a whole is what I really want to do. You know, I love acting, but I think I would die if I had to do it my entire life. Just act. Yeah. There's a lot of things about it that I don't agree with, but that's I compensate by doing my own shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all mean? You know what I'm saying, homie? Cool? We're good? Okay.
Thank
you guys. Adios, muchachos.
No, I always see Made in Manhattan on TV in my vlogs. Wait. Okay.
No, we haven't gotten Cody or Holly.
Well, not trending.
Hashtag.
Here's Jamie. That's my card. Do little swaps. Everybody gets a card. Thank you. It's two-sided.
See? Yeah.
I forgot to put extra in my bag, so I only have like
Thank you. That's me.
Thank you. Oh, the Twitter's blowing up. That's because this free shipping.
You are welcome.
I thought we were going
Well, I've only tweeted a couple things. Mostly pictures. That's the problem, is that there's 4 of us here, so we're all tweeting for like different.
Me too. I was like, I'm looking for my personal
Which chair do you guys have it set up for?
So you can feel really isolated right here.
This is my mother. She's joining us. She's never been to Comic-Con, and I've been acting for 9 years, and she's been to set a couple times, but that's about it. So she's coming with me. She's never been to like an award show or anything like that.
Did you got a cameo on the show?
No. Although, she has a crazy story about, didn't you like forge your mom's signature? She grew up in California, and she forged her mom's signature to go skydiving for a commercial. I did. And her mom saw it on TV and recognized her.
It was hard to explain.
Yeah. The gist of it.
So you were not at your girlfriend's house that afternoon.
So what's Lydia up to next?
Lydia is out of Eichen House and doesn't have to quite fight off every single human being in order to live. So she's back in her heels and solving Beacon Hills crimes with her friends.
Is she really harnessing her banshee powers now?
There is one episode that really focuses on the Irish folklore as a whole, more than just her family, and I think that answers a lot of questions as to how the inner workings of banshee to banshee communicate. Yeah, it's fun.
Did she get kind of a break this season? Because Lydia's kind of had a crap every season.
I think of the question with the answer of how hard was the acting this season? Was it difficult to go to work every day? Did I come home exhausted? And I want to say she got a break, but it was such a psychological season. As an actor, I did not get a break. No. If anything, 5A and 5B were more of a break for me, even though it was more physical. I have never gotten to participate in stunts on a normal basis, so for me that was actually a break. And then now it's back to good old, solo scenes of Lydia walking around trying to figure stuff out and having freakouts. So I came home exhausted a lot of nights. Yeah. So maybe the actor did not get a break, but Lydia gets a physical break. There's not as much fighting this season for Lydia.
Did your throat ever get sore from all that screaming?
It did, and it strained my vocal cords, and so I now have a raspy voice because of the screaming. So I'm supposed to do these straw exercises where you whisper through a straw, but I don't. So
do you drink any kind of special thing like to prepare for like a seminar?
I stopped screaming though for the most part in season 4 or 5 because they had over 1,000 screams banked. So I sometimes get like lockjaw that way from the screaming. But overall, I would say I finally begged Jeff, and he goes, "Why didn't you ask ages ago?" I'm like, "I don't know." And so they have the screams banked, and I occasionally have to do a new kind of scream depending on what the scene is. But for the most part, it's been able to rest for a couple years.
Do you do all that? Do you do like
I've had to do both. This season I did a couple new screams. That was an ADR, which is the makeshift ADR at set. So it's it doesn't really change much if it's ADR or live. It's still several takes and not fun. Yeah.
Any new relationship?
I'll tell you what Jeff told everybody else, which is but it's good to say this. So Scott goes into the season single, and Jeff says that's because the relationship is the major central relationship of the season is focused elsewhere, and that is with Lydia and a particular other person. So I will let y'all finish that sentence.
Would it have a ship name?
Perhaps it's a ship name.
One that's often typed to me in all caps.
Yes.
Yeah, right? I've actually never seen it lowercase, so
I don't think that.
yeah.
Your characters are approaching like graduation and stuff like that. How is it finally taking them to senior year and kind of doing that stuff?
So graduation was mentioned a couple times in the first half of 6, but it hasn't fully been realized as far as plot line goes. So we'll see how it manifests in the second half of 6. Yeah, we haven't shot that. Yeah. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Enjoy con.
I'd like your charming.
She's a Darth Vader. She's a Darth Vader like phone charging.
Oh, it's nice.
I just got a Brazil love you.
I'm going to the embassy.
Hey, what's up?
Oops.
So now we're just
Yes. Whoops. Getting close to my
Wi-Fi.
Probably push your best to come to you. If they don't assign you a table, I usually go where there's not as many people.
I really like kind of hat. That was pretty cool.
I don't think we're going to get I'm gonna go back outside. It's so hot. I'm just sitting in this press room. What's your next? One of the other girls from my outlet met me at the spot where I saw all the celebrities, and she's been texting me she's like, Jessica Robinson saying things to you.
Yeah, I know you're
I'm that adult that's on the family phone. So we just have to text me and be like, we're going to go over there. My guy.
Cody's the last interview we have to do.
Again, like, where do you think he's learned to be the man? Yeah, right. It's like, I feel like just I think there is this level of sympathy.
across the board.
Still good stuff. Although the one girl is angry because nobody told her there was a Tom Hiddleston one. Yeah, and so it's like I didn't find out until like 20 minutes before they went on sale, and that was at like 5:30 this morning. So I'm sorry, I was asleep. My bad. So what do you guys think of the odds that Taylor Swift is going to
That one.
that Taylor Swift is going to happen with Tom Hiddleston? What do you think the odds that Taylor Swift is going to happen?
Oh God. Can you imagine the paparazzi nightmare though?
I'm like, I don't think she wants to come to that.
Especially after like what happened.
Yeah. Like this is not her audience. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that there's no overlap, but
I'm just trying to there's plenty of teenage girls and boys that like Tom and Taylor Swift. I work with two of them. They're laughing because they can hear us talking about Taylor. They don't like to broadcast from the ballrooms. Everyone's saying how good Colin's looking. No, Crystal's not here.
I was a bunch of people that were like, it's Dylan this, and I was like, he's not.
Dylan and Crystal are here.
He asked me and then never came back. Because I was on the press line and that was frightening. Especially because it's like all these people with like their heavy duty like professional video cameras and I had to buy a tripod specifically for that.
Cody!
$2 minutes. Okay.
Hey guys.
Hey.
All right. Let's do the speed questions. Let's go.
How was Silver Eyes last season in Wonder?
Riveting. It's the first one that popped in my head. So. Yeah. Cool.
Well, can you talk about your character next season? The premiere? Or,
You guys don't have to be that fast. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
as much as you've filmed so far, what can you tease about your character?
It's a changed guy, man. It's gonna be the same Theo that we love to hate, you know, personality-wise, characteristic-wise. I think he still has some smart-ass comments to throw out. But we get to see somebody that was broken. You know, he was playing this game and he lost, and I think it's gonna be difficult for him to, you know, make his return to Beacon Hills and kind of look these individuals in the eye. And after what he's done,
Did he die in the finale? I can't remember.
he gets sucked into hell.
Yeah.
His sister.
His sister.
And we'll find out. Like,
We're gonna. I can't talk about when, but I can talk about we explore what he went through a little bit. We get to dive into what he experienced after this concrete hole had closed, and I can tell you right now, it's pretty gruesome. It's terrifying. Yeah, so it definitely changes him as a person, and he comes back, I think, a changed man. So it's fun. It's this level of humanity that gets added to him, you know, this sense of empathy. It's going to be interesting to kind of play around with it and see how fans pick up on it, if they like it or if they don't. It's really cool. It's really refreshing. I think throughout season 5, the character kind of became, you know, like, I don't want to say monotonous, but it's just like we knew what Theo was going to do. You know what I mean? Like, he was always lying about something, using somebody, and was always smiling with like this little smirk, this devious smirk when he did it.
So I mean, it's fun for me to just dive deeper into this character and to explore the more human side about him and just really have fun with that. Share that with the fans. I think they're really gonna dig it. So. Anything?
We were only given 2.
We good? All right.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Okay.
It was a pleasure, guys. Good taking all the time.
Don't tell me my letters.
Which one? What's your favorite?
Supernatural, the Vampire
Supergirl.
The original.
I'll see the originals.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
Shutter. I'm so glad I only have like one press from the day because my camera battery like does not clear either.
Okay, guys. We're all done here.